All right, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show, Everything NYJ post-game show. Italy Jet, Anthony Bark from the Jet Lounge. I'm very happy to have him on the show, post-game show. He's one of my good paisans. I love the guy to death. Welcome to the show, buddy.
Appreciate you, G. Thank you, buddy. Thanks for having me, man.
No
Rough day, but
problem.
good
It was a
chat.
rough. It was a rough day. Let's we'll talk about it. Oh,
Where do
so
we
what do you?
start?
Right. Where do we start? So I just got to first and foremost. Let's talk about this guy. He a legend, Ring of Honor,
My favorite ever, bro.
one of my
Everyone knows
favorite
it.
of all times. One of my favorite of all times. I got his autograph coming too. I'm gonna put it right here, down there, right there, so everyone can see it. It's gonna look nice.
Yeah,
I'm
I actually
excited.
got a signed jersey in my closet. I got to get framed and put up. He,
Oh
uh,
man,
to me is just I've always been a big O line guy. I felt like so important to the team, and I loved him
agreed.
why. I loved him why, and to me, he had big shoes to fit in when he got here. And he just, everyone knows it. That all the guys bust my chops when we go on the spaces, and we were doing the draft. And I'm a big O line guy. For me, he's by far my favorite Jet. Well deserved. Well deserved.
I agree. I mean, I mean, that team, Ferguson,
Yeah,
Woody, Faneca, him. I mean, and they show and they
more. Yeah, everybody. Many
yeah,
more.
yeah, and Ferguson didn't show up, but I know the other guys did. It was really cool. It was really cool to see. There you go,
Hey,
Anthony, my man, got Vincenzo. He's doing good. I'm gonna have him on the show tomorrow night.
oh,
I
nice.
love you, buddy. Um, you could check his channel out as well.
That's
He
the
did a
yeah.
video as well.
Oh, I
But
watch all his stuff. He's another
dude,
one.
he cracks me up.
He's great, man. Actually, I had a chance to hang out with him and his dad. Great people, bro. Great people.
He his dad kept feeding me food, and I'm like, I love it, but man, I got to save some stuff for inside. We have a soccer rivalry because I'm AC Milan and he's Napoli, so one's doing better at the
I,
moment, but
I'm with him.
it's still okay.
That's hometown Naples, so
What? You're
I'm
with
with.
him?
Yeah, gotta go
Oh,
with the root. Gotta go with the roots, bro. It's the roots.
I know. All right. So, in your mind, what are the good takeaways from this game? In your mind,
Okay, so one, I'll start with Sauce. I just
okay.
think he's the real deal. I even I see Chase trying, and they were chirping back and forth. It seemed like he was really rattling him. You got to give it to the kicking game. I mean, how do you not? Zuerlein. It's just he continued, and honestly, Garrett Wilson, besides his talent, which has been shown, it's 2 games in a row that kid got hurt. This one looked a little more serious than last week. I was a little more concerned. I was hoping it was just getting the wind knocked out of him. Then you hear ribs, and that's never good. But for him to come back in 2 games just shows you that. I heard him say he's not a big body guy even when I was watching the game, but just shows you how tough the kid is and he wants to play. So those are my goods. I mean, man, I'm trying to think of something else and I just can't. I mean, Braden
It's one
Man.
of
I mean, Braden Man had
right.
another kick. That's what I mean. We're going to field goal kickers and punters as guys that are the highlights of a game, and it's not a good look. It's not.
I think also I'm just gonna bite my tongue with this because I'm not a big Greg DeLay guy. Greg DeLay did good, 4 for 4. He did really well. I'm not a big fan of him, but I'm glad that he stepped up today. Glad he did well.
Yep.
And we need it. He kept us in this game.
If he didn't, we would have been in a lot of trouble. So
So much trouble. So
it's
much trouble.
that's another problem. It's like we exchange field goals for touchdowns. They get a touchdown, we get a field goal. They get a touchdown, we get
Right.
a field goal. It's
Right.
never a go down. It's always something that happens. I don't know, man. It's beyond frustrating at this point because I really, as Jet fans, we always say, oh, this year. When you look at the talent that was brought in, you look at the talent that was drafted, and even the talent that you were getting back from last year that you never had, and Lawson and supposedly Becton, obviously he gets injured, but even with that injury, you're thinking, okay, you still have enough to, show something. And it's just frustrating, man. This is what I was actually worried about, and I said it on the space. I thought the Jets were going to win. But what I said was, I could also see this being a double-digit game either way, because you could look at it as the Bengals have to get their things together because they're 0-2, and it's kind of a must-win for them. That division's tough to go, or they come in and they're really in shambles, and the Jets could actually take advantage and kick the teeth in on a team for once. Like they said something today, just 21 straight games that we're down at some point in the game. And it's like, God damn, it's literally never easy. It's never easy for us. So I don't know, it's just rough, man. It's rough.
Never. They always got to make it hard.
Yep. Yeah.
They always got to make it hard. They got to make it hard on everything. I mean, Conklin did okay. Conklin did okay. Greg DeLay did okay. Mann did his job. Gardner was good at times. Two times it wasn't, but Jordan Whitehead, what happened?
The guy tackles like he has no arms,
and especially with that missed tackle.
He's got no arms. It's either a big hit with the shoulder or it's nothing. I think they see because the linebackers are hard hitting. You got Quan, you got Mosley, you got Quincy. They like to hit. For me, those are your hard hitters. The backs, you have to make that tackle. You're the last line of defense. Right. You can't go for a big stick and miss a tackle and have that happen. It's backbreaking. For a team like us, and again, I'll go back to Salah, it's the little things, we keep doing the little things. If those little things change, well, as this team, you can't make mistakes on little things like missing tackles and having dumb penalties. You're not the team that could overcome that. It's just not it right now. And they continue to do the same things over. And that's why I'm going to beat up on the coach. We have a space tonight. I'm going to hit the coaches hard, man, because if you can't come to fix things and you can't realize that things are going wrong and they continue to happen the same way every week, that's completely on the coaching. That really is.
I'm with you. Mr. Simon, welcome to the pod. Hard. Don't try to figure out the mess.
He's got a point, man. He really does.
And Vinny, this issue with the team's coaching. Salah's too loyal to the vets on this team, and there's no accountability when they commit errors. And he's exactly right. And the other one is with Mr. Simon, it's Salah's job to get those little things fixed. Agreed. It starts with Salah because Joe Douglas is not even the issue. It's the coaching. Salah and then Ulbrich and LaFleur. Like, what are we going to do? Do we just keep going with Ulbrich, or does he fire Ulbrich and then he be the defensive coordinator and the coach? I'm okay. I'm personally okay with Ulbrich Ulbrich has to do better.
Listen,
even Salah said in his press conference, he even said that the vets made a lot of mistakes today. I'm like, okay, that's great. At least you're putting a little bit of the blame, but it does start with him.
Yes.
Overall.
Well, this is my thing, and it's funny because if you look at McVay, right? What did he have when he started becoming a head coach? He had Wade Phillips. He had someone with experience.
He did.
You have rookies across the board. You really don't have any experience here in any one of the main coordinator positions. It's coaching's not easy.
I agree with that.
There's only a few coaches. If you look, I mean, you got Belichick, you got Tomlin, Andy Reid. Everyone else, it's a revolving door. I mean, there's some good coaches. Don't get me wrong. There's other good coaches, but I'm just saying, for the most part, it's a revolving door for a reason. It's not easy to do. It's really not. And that's the problem. I think they're missing. So I'm going to go out on a super limb here. Okay. What I would like to see is Ulbrich get fired. You bring back Herm Edwards, let him be the defensive coordinator, and you
Ooh.
have somebody that has that head coaching experience that could help you. Because to me, this coaching staff is lost. They're lost.
I agree.
I know Herm Edwards just, whatever's going on down there, that's a mess down there.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I'm not getting into that. But I'm going to use him as an example because he has the experience. He has some sort of, he's familiar with this area. He's the head coach here.
Mm-hmm.
I just think all these guys are in over their head. With a young team where the guys are trying to learn, if the coaches aren't sure what they're doing, they're teaching these kids their way, which isn't the right way, maybe, and now they're picking up bad habits. It's just going to be a snowball, and we have a window to be good.
I agree.
If the window's closing at the end, saying 4 years, that's when to turn it around. How many of these guys are going to be coming up to contracts? And we got a lot of guys that are on rookie deals, a lot. So that's my concern when you think down the line. If this guy is not the coach, I don't like to continue to repeat a cycle of just bringing people in and out. But this is, to me, the most talented team we've had in a long time, and you have to capitalize on this. And if it's the coach, then you have to fix it sooner than later. That's my problem.
Call Sean Payton, no more first-time coaches. You know what? Hey,
I just say to you? Blank check him.
A few months ago, I was thinking the same thing. I didn't say it until until Sack Exchange. Sack Exchange was talking to me about it, and I was like, you know what? Yep. I agree with you. I was just thinking the same thing.
I just got off the phone with him. I told him I had to come on. I said, but you know what, Sack? I'm on board with you. I'm sure he's going to mention it tonight because he loves busting my chops when I disagree, and then I go back on. And I'm like, all right, you're right. I said, I'm with you, bro. Give that guy. I'm done. I don't care no more.
I agree.
It's got to be done.
First I wanted the guy from the Packers. Then he went to Dallas. I wanted him. But then I was like, oh, thank God that didn't happen. And then when we got Sal, I'm like, okay, all right. Good defensive coordinator, players coach, I get that. But we need that Belichick type of coach. You need to bust some balls while be, good with the players. You need the half and half. You know what I mean? You need that half and half. And I just think overall it's going to come down to Joe Douglas is going to need to make a decision by bye week if whatever happens with the Steelers and the week after that. I mean, if Wilson comes back in Steelers and then all of a sudden he just gets whammed by the O-line, and then what if Wilson gets injured again? People aren't really thinking about that. They're like, what if he gets injured again? What happens with the O-line? Zach Wilson is going to be probably pretty rusty going into the Steelers. So it's like, I agree with it.
Well, what do you do, Gino? What do you do at tackle? I mean, Fant got beat like a drum today. I know you don't want to put a backup in, but I mean, he was bad today, like extremely bad. So
right.
The Becton injury killed us.
This is what I think. I think we need to go pick up Eric Fisher or something. Go pick up Eric Fisher. Go pick up another. Go pick up another vet. Go pick up another vet. We signed Panky. Why not give him a shot? I don't trust Herman's.
No.
I mean,
he seems like a head case.
Exactly. That's what I think we should do, because Lincoln is not even performing to the top. What he's doing. Mitchell and Vera Tucker are doing just fine. Vera Tucker's having a horrible year.
Yep.
It's already so far. And just like Vinny was saying, Payton would only come if he got full control, which means you would have to. Oh, well, yeah, he's right. I can see that.
Vinny, I agree with him, but
I agree with Simon too.
Simon, that's what I mean, not Vinny. I'm sorry. But at this point, Gino, if it equates to us winning, I'm willing to do whatever it has to be done. I love Joe Douglas.
Right, me too.
But if I love a guy and this is going to continue on the path that it's on of this team being the same way and maybe getting a little bit better, I want to win.
Right.
I want to win, and if it means he's got to go, he's got.
Right.
And if any Jet fan says anything different, it's
Right.
because it's a biased opinion.
I
And
agree.
I was with the fact I did, and that's the whole reason that I argued with Zach. How do we get rid of Joe Douglas? But you know what? If this is what it takes to get your coach for the future, 10 plus years, something like that, where we could have a pillar that is the franchise.
Mm-hmm.
I'm willing to do it because I honestly can't take this no more.
I agree.
Every Sunday, it's like I don't even care about 4 o'clocks no more. Like I'm done.
Yeah.
Like by 3:30, I'm like, I was
You're
speaking
checked
to
out.
you. I messaged
You're
you. I'm
checked
like,
out. Yeah.
dude, like I'm coming on. I'm gonna be negative. Like, and I'm just telling you because it's truly how I feel. It affects my life. I'm that miserable.
Me too.
That
and not having Italian food for me.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I got some here. I got some left over if you want. Don't worry, I'll ship it to you.
There you go. I love it. Pudding Express. But Simon says, look, guys, it's all about coaching. Trust me. It's true. Well, that's what we've been saying. It is all about coaching, but it's all about the players too, though. Like some of the players need to step up too. It's a two-way streak, but Salah definitely needs to take accountability. He needs to talk to Olbrook, LaFleur, everyone, Boyer, everyone. The only people that were good today, in my mind, were Gardner, Zuerlein, Wilson, Conklin at times, and even CJ Mosley did pretty good.
Quincy Williams was playing a good game too before he got hurt.
And even Kwan a little bit.
Yep. Listen,
so
the guys harp on these guys, Quincy and Mosley, and I'm sorry because this is another thing that's getting me completely aggravated. Right. People say, "Oh, Quincy can't cover. Mosley's getting all this." Those guys give you maximum effort every single game. Every game. So I'm tired of people talking about them because you want to know something? If I see a guy going out there and giving me everything he can, as a fan, you can't ask for anything more.
Right. Exactly. And Simon, dude, I don't know if you saw Simon's. He made on Facebook. He made some pasta, and I commented. I was like, "Hey, I want to ship that to me, or I'm gonna hop on a plane and
you gotta send me it. I want to take a look. Send me his thing after, and I'll take a look.
Definitely. And then he says we have players, enough excuses.
Exactly.
Which is true. This is the most talented team since Rex Ryan was here, and even Todd Bowles for that 1 or 2 years.
Well, the 15 team, I think this is a more talented team. If you look top to bottom,
yeah.
That team was. Don't get me wrong; it was a very good team. I think this team has the potential.
Right.
It's to me, and like you said, I agree with Simon. It's coaching. If the coaches can't do it, it doesn't matter who you have. It took a miracle, a gift from God last week to get a win.
Yeah.
We're literally a gift from God away from being 0-3.
Right.
And a lot would have been, this is going to be bad this week. Right. But like I said, you had that W. And I'll be the first to admit it. I don't care how we get it. But I also said this needs to be a stepping stone toward next week. You have a team coming in reeling. You're home off of a huge, huge win.
Huge win.
And they laid an egg in my eyes.
Yeah, they did. Just like they did with the Ravens. Laid an egg. But you know what they should have done on the offense with before? Short passes right away. Keep going with the short passes because Fant's injured. You're putting in McDermott. They're going to be on McDermott like crazy. And you should have just told them, hey, just throw it quick.
Well, that's how the Bengals open. If you've seen how the Bengals opened, they were getting the boom, boom, boom because they were worried about keeping Burrow upright.
Right. And the only thing about that is if you're going to compare Flacco and Burrows, it wasn't really that far apart. The old line just sucked. They didn't do well on that left side. Then Fant gets injured. Then he blew a coverage. And that's what's been causing Flacco to get all these mistakes because then you're making a move. Yeah, Flacco is not the best quarterback. Like, I get that. Like, we get it. He's 37, 38 years old. But in my mind, and I'm going to ask this question, Do you think we should have put Mike White in?
I was screaming. Go check my Twitter. I was screaming from him for the second quarter. Listen, I'll use Burrow. You think is Burrow this elusive, fast guy that you got to worry about breaking the pocket and running on you? No.
No, he's not.
But if you go back and watch the game, there was pressure. They might not have got sacks, but there was at least 3 or 4 times where they had him boggled up, but he was able to just move enough to extend the play.
Right.
That's the difference between him and Flacco. Flacco gets pressure, he goes frozen. This guy feels pressure, he rolls, he moves. There was one play, he literally dipped his shoulder under, and that was enough to get the guy to go by him and continue to play. Whereas that happened with Flacco against the Browns, where he didn't move and they swipe a ball out of his hand. I don't know if it's him being, like you said, older, where he's just, your reflexes are different, and it's not his fault. Age catches everybody. But to me, he can't be the quarterback. And again, that's what I'll say. The win hurt us in multiple ways. It hit a lot of things that were wrong. I think if he loses that game and has this first half again, he's not in at halftime. He's out.
Right.
Unless Salah's just that stubborn and refuses to go against his vets. But otherwise, there's no doubt in my mind. Gino, you know me, you follow me on Twitter, you can check. I was saying no shot this guy comes out second half. If he has any, excuse my French, cojones, he's out. You have to win. I want to use a different word, but I'll be a little nicer on here, all right?
I love it, man. But this is going to get really ugly by the bye week if we have shoot, yeah.
I hear people saying like, "Oh, well, if you beat Pittsburgh, you'll be 2-2. You'd sign up for that." Okay, record-wise, yeah, we'll sign up for it. But if you tell me at 2-2, after seeing the way they played against Cleveland, shouldn't have won that game. It's a gift.
Right.
So, again, I'll take a win for what it's worth. But if you're winning, it's to make a playoff. If you're winning, it's to be competitive. We didn't win competitively. We should have, be a realistic fan will tell you, we should have lost last week. We had I think it was a 0.03% chance, like 0.3% to win that game, and they somehow pulled it out. Like, now, granted, the good teams and the great teams win games like that when they have a few wins, and that's what separates them.
Right.
We're taking that win as like gospel because we want to win so bad. Then you come out and lay an egg like you did this week. It's just it's heartbreaking. It really, like I'm telling you, it ruins my day.
Right. And the thing about it is, I know we're talking about the Browns. With the Browns, I think the Browns game it's this kind of same thing with the Bengals game, right? Browns, we didn't give up though. We did a trick play. Yeah. We had Corey Davis wide open. Wilson was just on fire. And the thing is, like, I'm the type of guy, the game ain't over till it's over with, until it's 0-0-0. This was the same thing. We could have came back. We were down by 2 scores, but then JFM had a penalty. Corey Davis had a penalty.
Yeah,
then it hurt.
I missed that penalty because CBS went out. I lost the game for a little bit.
Yeah.
So can you tell me what happened on that?
Dude, I missed it. I can't tell you. I was just on Twitter.
Oh, okay.
I was just trying to look at the highlights because I was pissed. CBS, I don't know if anybody else had this problem, guys, but CBS, their thing went off. Their TV went off for a second, and then it was like a 20-minute delay, and then it came back at the pivotal point.
Yeah, of course. Worst possible
always.
time.
But we could have come back in this game. We definitely could. I will give Flacco one thing. Flacco, when it came to training camps and OTAs, he worked really well with Wilson and Conklin. Those were his guys. Wilson worked with Moore, and then he worked with Berrios, and then he worked with Davis.
Berrios,
so that connection, that connection last week with Flacco did not shock me at all. This week, similar thing, but there were some drops. Yeah. And also similar, the old line just didn't hold up. Following that, Steelers game. Let's talk about Steelers game before I let you go, buddy. I appreciate you being on the show. Steelers game. What do we need to address going into the Steelers game?
I'm going to say the most important thing for me is going to be the same thing I said was the most important thing this week. Well, no. I'm going to change it, actually. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
Zach Wilson has to play. He has to. The flag.
Yeah.
And now my second thing, which I said was the most important thing for this week, was the pass rush.
Yeah.
It just helps. It helps your linebackers. It helps your safeties. It helps your cornerbacks. You get a good pass rush. It helps the entire defense. Plus the fact that you could get that. We have to stop people on third down, man. We get absolutely crushed on third down. I don't think they had a first third down stop the first half of the game. And if they did, I missed it. Every time it's 3rd and 8, they get a first down. 3rd and 12, first down. 3rd and 3, first down. That you have to come up big and stop some of these teams. Now, if it's Trubisky, I mean, again, I said I give the pass rush a break because of Lamar Jackson, which if you rush him, you're asking to get hurt. Second week, I'll give you a pass because it's the Browns' O-line is good. This game, you want to get a pass. Okay, Burrow's good. He's a good quarterback. He eluded pressure. I still don't give him a pass for this, but if I'll be willing to understand people's opinions if they said that, next week, you have to get Trubisky.
You have to.
You have to.
We can win this game. We should have won this game. We can win against the Steelers, but we have to address the O-line. Pass rushing has to be better. Ever since Revis and Cromartie days, we have not been good up front. Our secondary has been better than being up front. Since Revis and Cromartie, Gardner and Reed, Carter and Eccles have to do better up front. They've been doing pretty good. Like, I'm not blaming them or anything.
Yeah.
But even Joyner, what's Joyner doing? And then Whitehead, what's he doing? Now it's like a reverse role again. Yep. So address that. We got to go with injuries. Q, I hope Q's okay. I hope Fant's okay. Man. I know it doesn't. Even if they activate Sherwood and maybe bring in another guy. Now we're thin again at O-line. Now we're thin at the linebacker position.
Yep.
I wanted Huff. This game.
I don't know why he's been inactive. I don't.
Yeah.
He showed the most out of any pass rusher to me.
Right.
And he's and another thing, you know what? This is a great point that I think Simon made as well with these veterans. Why is Mims inactive? You have guys making these dumb penalties. You know what? Give him a chance, man. This coaching, I'm telling you, I'm being very calm to your show.
I know.
I respect you to death. But tonight, if you guys want to laugh, I'm telling you, I already told Zach, I don't speak much on the spaces. I more or less just throw my 2 cents in when I need it. But I have to let loose tonight.
Hey, man, stress reliever. It's that stress reliever.
It's just, you know what it is? As a fan, I feel bad for all of us because
I feel bad for the fans the most.
So dedicated.
Yeah.
Like, look what you're doing. You do great things with this podcast and all the stuff you guys do.
Man.
Like, we've been following each other, chatting for a long time.
Yeah, a long time.
And it's
5 years. 5 years.
Yeah. And then, I swear to God, like today at one point, I'm like, why do I even do all the stuff I try and do for this team?
Right.
It's so frustrating. It's like you're doing everything and you get 0 positive results back for you. So and I see everybody. Like we built a nice little friendship with a lot of people, not just you and I. It's just Vinny as there's a bunch of people and you see all the work that these guys are doing and it's like God, and I even see with my guys, with the Jet Lounge guys, and they're like, like we have a group text. I got like 140 messages. And I'm like, I can't even read it because I'm gonna get even more mad by hearing it and seeing it from them. And it's guys you respect and you get defeated. I mean, you're a positive guy. God bless you. You're a better man than me. But
here's the thing. Liam's the hothead guy. I'm the guy that keeps this shit together. But here's the thing with me. You don't know me outside of the podcast. I am a hothead. My wife is like, go take a walk.
Yeah.
Go take a walk.
My wife's like this. She's every Sunday she goes shopping. She's out Sunday. 1 o'clock, gone.
Oh, there you go.
And
Yeah.
it's because she's like, I don't understand why you continue to watch if you're going to get mad every week. I'm like, just leave me
Because we're
alone,
diehard
please.
fans.
Just leave me
I've been a
alone.
fan since I was 9 years old. You've been a
Yep.
fan your whole life. It's in the blood. But Anthony, buddy, I appreciate you, my
Appreciate
man.
you.
I love you,
Always.
Paisan. I love you.
Absolutely.
Hey, where do we find you, real quick?
All right. On Twitter, it's at abrock1231. You could also follow the Jet Lounge page and all the guys, Petey, Sack, Ray, Justin, Benny. There's a ton. Joe and Clark. There's a Kenny. There's so many of us. But yeah, I'm abrock1231 on Twitter, and you can follow the Jet Lounge on Twitter as well. So appreciate if you guys do that. Yeah, we'll be there. We'll be there tonight. Revving to go. I'm, the wheels are turning, Gino. I messaged you because I was
I
worried.
know.
I'm like, I don't want to go
Dude,
on your
don't worry
show.
about it. No. Plenty of guys have done that already, and I'm totally fine with it. This is where you speak your mind.
Yeah.
If you know Liam,
Well, you see,
he's worse than me. So
I'm
I
the
get it.
you of our I'm the
Yeah,
I try and be the peacemaker, but
right.
it's just this one rocked me. Like,
Oh, me too.
and then the press conference after, I got to continue to hear him praise this other team. I can't do it no more. I can't listen to it.
Yeah, I can.
So
I'm gonna need something. but guys,
appreciate
this is
you.
where appreciate you, my man. Okay, so guys, this is where you follow us and everything. Social media. We'll be back tomorrow. We have a couple guests on tomorrow as well. YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook as well. You can follow me as well, Italy Jet, on these platforms as well. Keep an update. Follow the Jet Lounge. They're doing great things. Follow my man Anthony. Anthony, you have a good night.
Appreciate you. You too, buddy. See you later, guys. Thank you, G.